I took the official guidelines for JBQ updated July 2023 and compared them to the Simplified Rules for Teen Bible Quiz updated August 2023 to find out what's different. What will change for you as you move from JBQ to XP5? Now, some differences for officials moving from JBQ to XP5. On page 10, under Duties During the Match for Quizmaster and Judges, number 6, it says, if the quizmaster misreads a question but catches their mistake and stops, or if a judge calls misread, the question will be thrown out and a substitute question will be read to the team or teams. In TBQ, the question is not automatically thrown out. First, the quizmaster and judges have to consult to determine if the key word or words of the question has been read. If the key word has not been read, the question will be reread, and the question may be interrupted. If the key word or words has been read, the question will be voided and a substitute question will be read. However, if the question was being read to only one team, it will not be voided, but will simply be reread again. So, what are key words? How do you know whether they have been read and whether or not the question should be reread? The TBQ glossary defines a key word as the word or words necessary to give a quizzer the ability to finish the question. So, if a quizzer could finish the question based on what you've said so far, the keywords have been said. The best tip I can give you on this is don't misread the question. Number 8, at the top of page 11 of the JBQ guidelines, once again, talks about the formation of the last word of the question as the criteria for an interruption. In TBQ, it's the sound, not the formation. The next difference is one of those rare occurrences that sends most quizmasters, like me, back to the rules saying, what was it I was supposed to do again? Guideline number 11 on page 11 says, if a quizzer who did not buzz in and was not identified begins to respond, the quizmaster or a judge should immediately stop the quizzer from responding. A foul will be assessed at that time. Now look at part B, which says, if the quizzer was on the opposing team, the question will be voided and a substitute question will be read for the team which did not commit the foul. The difference in TBQ is that instead of voiding the question, the same question will be asked to the opposing team unless the question was only being asked to one team in the first place. The section on timekeeper, which begins on page 12 of the JBQ guidelines, states in guideline number 2, section D on page 13, 30 seconds for a coach's appeal. A coach's appeal, mentioned many times within the JBQ guidelines, doesn't exist in TBQ. However, TBQ has a corrective procedure which is closely related to the coach's appeal called contesting. We'll say more about that in a minute. Next, go further down page 13 under answering guidelines, what makes a response correct. In JBQ, questions and answers are combined into a response. In TBQ, the terminology is slightly different, and there are specifics about what makes a question correct, what makes an answer correct, what makes a question incorrect, and what makes an answer incorrect. In JBQ, the response to a quotation question must include the reference, either before or after quoting the verse. In TBQ, giving the reference to the quoted verse is only necessary if the question specifically asks for it. On page 14 of the JBQ guidelines, there is a section titled Other Guidelines in Judging Responses. All of these guidelines pertain specifically to the Bible Fact Pack and have no relevance in TBQ.